First things first, I'll start with the verse. Cool sneaks, t-shirt, press play, no rehearse. Chilling in my zone, just trying to make it home to a place where I can go, and I know that I belong. Song after song, turns out I was wrong. Trying to fit in like some cheeks in a song. Knowing I'm meant to stand out, not looking for a handout. And down and out and turned around, and it don't last long. And this is my awakening, contouring the reshaping of the person I was and wanted to be. When it all goes down, I'm left with the view. And I'm so amazed with what I can do. I'm not afraid to know it's my talents that I use. And you'll be amazed, it can work the same for you. No matter what you're going through, I'm here to say you can do it too. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Sometimes it feels like it ain't gonna be right from the door. Can't fight, don't fear. Just wanna lay down on the floor. But in times like this, if you had one wish, you wish for 30, you wish for 30. In news like this, you will surely miss your opportunity, maybe more. But you gotta seize the day, on the way to finding your way. Make haste, there's no time to play. You'll be okay. And you'll be amazed with what you can do. You're not afraid to know it's your talent that you do. And I'll be amazed with all you can do. It worked for me and you. I'm here to say I wasted it. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me. Don't give up on your dreams. God provides for me.
In the evening time.
First things first, I'll start with the verse. Cool sneaks, t-shirt, press play, no rehearse.
Welcome, Marley King.
Just trying to
Yo, peace.
What's
Yo,
going on,
overstand.
brother? You want to go ahead and read the intro, or you want me?
Yeah, I got to read it, man. I got to put some flair on it really
Go
quick,
ahead
man.
with it, King.
Yeah, man. Grand evening to everybody out there near and abroad, and welcome to RockTrue Beatz. I'm your host, Marley King, also known as Chris Lyon, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth for absolutely nothing at all. RockTrue Beatz is a cross-cultural response to the lack of choice in music today. RockTrue Beatz is designed to provide a sound message from theory to lab to life, while encouraging the return to necessity. Back to origin, by way of relative keys, his kingdom principles. RockTrue Beatz seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local and international kings and queens, musical artists of character, while promoting kingdom consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong. You overstand?
What's going on, King?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we back. Next
we are.
Tuesday, a next grand one at that. You
It
understand?
is, brother. It is. So we choose. So we choose.
You understand, man. Hold on one second. I gotta put something on real quick.
Go ahead, King. Take your time. Well, welcome to RockTrue Beatz. I am also another one of your hosts, Selena K. And we are here to rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. Is it raining, King?
You know, it's one of those days, man, where it's kind of rainy, but it's not rainy. It's like a mist in the air. You know, a very mystical vibration right now. And you know, I'm looking over the back fence right now, back into the woods, man. I think I could give y'all a bird's eye view. Let me just double check here, man.
Let me see.
Because it's beautiful, man. Let me check it out, man. There we go. Wrong. Sorry, not me.
Unless we're in the show or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, King.
Serious views, higher heights, man. You understand?
Higher heights, brother. Higher heights.
Yeah, man. You know, we riding on that natural high right now. You understand?
Yes,
the beauty. Look at y'all work, man. Magnificent. You understand?
Teach, brother. Teach.
Beautiful piece of work. And some wild turkeys back there. Some wonderful pieces of wildlife and such. And, you know, always a little beautiful vibration going on for myself, man. So I always got to be mindful and share it with y'all as well, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, King. Absolutely.
Beautiful piece, man. But tell me, man, how life been for yourself, man, these past couple of weeks off, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? They seem to come and go real fast, though. Like,
yeah, they go quick.
Amazing. I just had such an eventful week's end. I had the pleasure of celebrating my niece and my sister's birthday. They're like a day apart, which is her daughter.
Blessed
so it was just a blessing to be with my family. I haven't spent time with them for some time since she's moved to Indianapolis. So happy birthday to Bubba Jordan.
Oh, wow, man.
My sister, that's like my best friend. So like just happy birthday to her. And it was grand to just celebrate with her. And then had to do some mass dash traveling back and forth from Indianapolis to Chicago for a photo shoot for Biz Mag. Shout out to the Biz Mag. We are definitely in the building making huge moves with the Biz Mag. I'm so excited to be a part of the Biz Mag and everything that we're doing and the way in which we're growing and growing. And the different people that we're highlighting around the country, how we're expanding. The launch for spring was in California, and the launch for the summer will be in ATL June 21st. I am so excited about that. Of course, if you do not know, I'm the managing editor for the magazine. And when I tell you how influential it is becoming and how people are actually grasping hold to this magazine and making it, because of the people, they're making it culture of today from here on. And I just thank God to be at the forefront of it and kind of reshaping culture the way in which God would have us to do so. So my niece was a part of the swimsuit photo shoot. It was her first time modeling. I'm extremely proud of her. She did such an amazing job.
Shake them camera fears now.
Yes. So we just, of course, you know me. Everywhere I go, I'm taking everybody with me. I'm taking the whole nation. The whole team go where I go, grow where I grow. So, we going everywhere.
Yes, got to, man.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Very eventful time for yourself, man. It sounds like, and a lot of great things in the works for everybody, man. And as a collective, man, it's really going to be beneficial for us as a whole, man. So it's a really beautiful thing to.
And let me also announce real quick officially that in the midst of us doing all of those grand things, God has blessed us with our very first international host.
Oh, shoot, man.
We have a host out of Nigeria. It's crazy because the name of the country, the nickname of the country that he's in, I think he said Abo was the name of the country, but it's actually referred to as the heartbeat of the city. And I referred to him, I was telling him, about us, and this was the heartbeat, or rather the heart's beat of RockTrue Nation, that all of us as crew were. And, he was kind of behind the scenes. And so it was funny how that kind of coincided with where he was from, but he's from Nigeria, and he'll be joining the rock single show with us. And he is so insightful, a grand king. I can't totally pronounce his name, so I'm not going to jack it up. But I am,
Send it my way. Send it my way. You know I'm pretty good at pronunciation, man.
and I'm just really thankful to God that we are seriously now officially cross country. We are crossing over borders.
Yeah, man.
We are crossing international lines. We were already in London and in Ghana and in Paris, and now we have officially a host out of Nigeria. That
big moves.
That is, tell me somebody else who got a host out of Nigeria. I don't know nobody. So I'm saying, like,
watch out. Oh, that's something serious right now, man. You know what I mean?
To the Lord, thank you, Jesus. I'm telling you, He's doing huge things with us. You know what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Oh, it's so eventful and fruitful, man. I love
yes, sir.
I love how the stars be aligning more and more, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just especially when we out here doing job work, man, putting in that righteous work, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because we can tend to see a lot of folks. I guess it may appear like the righteous folk may get the short end of the stick sometimes, man. This, that, and the other, just because of the imbalance in the world at the moment.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But,
yes, sir.
But we look at it. But when we look at it from hindsight, man, from a wide perspective, man, we understand, man, that each individual, you know. Let me just make this disclaimer.
Make it plain.
I'm gonna say it straight up like this: Jah give his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
So no matter how hard the struggle come along, man, you know, no matter how hard it seems, you know, he don't give you he don't give you something that you can't handle, man. So we out here putting pressure, man, on the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? And we over here making it happen by doing these little pieces of righteousness. Each individual plays a big key in the grand picture, the grand spectrum. So continue to try it on, man. Continue to try it on, Mary.
Thank you, King. Thank you.
I already know, man. Continue to manifest and harvest your soldiers, man. Prepare them for battle.
Thank you, King. We are. Thank you, King. I am. You know what? It's so crazy because I was saying the other day, like, and I don't even know where it came from. It's just very weird, but just out of the blue, I was just like, I'm not giving up. It wasn't even like I was like wanting to give up. I just weirdly, you know, it's just crazy. I was just like, but I'm not giving up. Like, just you would think it was a conversation before it. It wasn't. But I know, I don't care. Like you said, I don't care what I like to say, no matter the weather, meaning like no matter the storm or no matter the weather, whether this or whether that, no matter the weather, I'm not giving up. I'm going forward. I'm going straight ahead. I don't care. None of those circumstances concern me. Only thing that concerns me is his promise and what he said he would do when I get there, when I be there. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that's like really on my mind. And when you're so focused and tuned in, it seems as if other people who are not just can't seem to understand. Like, I don't see anything. Like, the answer to every question in my life is rock truth or nothing at all. Like, I don't know. Like, do you know what? I don't know. All I know to do is just rock true. Like, be me. Be who I was created to be. Unapologetic.
Woo, shit, man. Excuse my language, man. But you got me a little hype right now, man. I'll tell you.
I'll hype you up, King.
Powerful words right there, man. And that's, I always put that disclaimer out there for everybody, man. You know, be who you are, man. Don't be afraid to hold that back. You know, we find ourselves in so many paradigms. And I once was in a paradigm like that where I found myself living to be somebody else's image of what they thought I was supposed to be. And that was never the truest thing, man. And as soon as I began to rock truth, before I even knew about rock truth, you know what I'm saying? Before I knew about it, it just allowed me to flourish as myself and be unapologetic for who I am and how I look. You know, this is my beauty of who I am. You know, you either love me or you hate me, man. But I'm out here doing job work, and when you're doing job work, can't nobody say anything to you, man.
Teach,
you understand? It's about what you know.
I do. Absolutely. Unapologetically. And I totally get that because I was the same way. Even as I was developing the
brand.
Yeah, as I was developing Rock Truth, it was finding my identity in that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come across a particular way and then not like, oh, we can't, maybe you can. And, you know, and I watched myself, you know, grow through this. Who I was prior to. I listen to how I sound now and the things that we discussed and how I say I was a lot more emotional then. I'm a little bit more timid and control now. See me grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I surely do. But I love to see me actually become who it is that I am. And I can stand in circles and spaces and places And I don't care. I'm gonna be me unwavering. I'm not bending. I'm not flexing back and forth like I'm that. Or you can go over there. Matter of fact, no, I've decided I'll go. Like it ain't nothing to me to lead. Like
Straight up, man. Straight up. No other way around it now.
now I'll go. I will. I'll be the first to volunteer. Like it's no problem, you know. So
Serious strength right there, man. Yeah, so it's something powerful, man. And everybody has this ability in them. We just have to return back to source, man. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself grounded again, man. You know, a lot of folks would, like I said, we get caught up in that lifestyle, man, the hustle and bustle, the rat race, and it takes us away from who we really are, man. And think about it, man. Folks go to college all the time, and you know, they come out not to work for themselves, but they teach you how to work for somebody else, you know. So yeah, absolutely, it's an indoctrination, man. And if we could break ourselves free from that indoctrination and know that, you know, we don't need none of that. We can do these things for ourselves. We just have to hone in and find our niche. You know, we got many abilities, man. Yes. Find your God-given talent, man, and be able to hone in on that and link up with your tribe, man. We say this quite often, man. Your tribe is not always going to be the people that look like you, man, or from the same culture, the same background. They're going to be people that you totally do not expect. Yeah, and I encounter that every single day in my life, man. And it's such a mind-blowing thing for me to recognize it. You know, I never used to recognize it because it was a different person. You know, I only was able to operate accordingly, according to the knowledge that I had. You know, that knowledge could only get me so far. But what I know now, you know, allows me to really hone in, and I really try to install that with other people. You know, hopefully that they can take the knowledge and do the same thing. And it's not easy, man. Like we say, Jah give the hardest battles to the strongest soldiers, man. And the road is not easy, man.
No.
But you put in that work.
One thing that you did say that was key is the road is easy when you do hone on to the tribe. So like we talk about with you know, our whole purpose of RockTrue Beatz, and that is, you know, back to origin via relative keys. And so again, even with notes, like you can do all the types of runs, this, that, and the other, but if you don't have a relative key to bring you back home, or a relative, it's no longer sound, it's just noise. And so you need a relative, you need a brother or a sister to bring you back home. And that's what God has us in each other's lives for, as friends, rocking that true friendship and bringing each other back, grounded, back home, back to origin via relative keys.
No pun intended, man.
No pun intended. You know I love words.
Oh, I love that, man.
We do have an amazing guest today. I actually had the esteemed pleasure of going to see this queen live. Oh my God. Let me tell you.
Really?
Yes, I did. And it was such an amazing experience, like to just be there and to hone into all of the energy that was there. And, you know, just the vibes that she give off is nothing but pure. It's nothing but love. Like you can feel, I love being in spaces like that, like where love is present. I don't care what the conditions are around me. If love is present, you forget about everything that's going on. And so the environment in which the music, her vocals, oh my God, the band was amazing. Like it was just such a dope experience. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to experience it. So, you know what I want to do? I want to introduce her, but I'm going to introduce her with a video she's already put together for the world to see. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, man. Bring in the Blessed Queen, man. Bring in the Blessed Queen.
Guys, so let's go ahead and do her intro video real quick.
Run it.
Yes, sir.
My story is no different from any other girl who grew up and, you know, had a dream and wanted to do, you know, whatever it is she felt she was good at. And for me, it was singing. And, you know, but I went through my share of challenges, insecurity growing up, you know, in a broken home. And so I was insecure in that I lacked the constant love of a man in my home, and then insecure because of my weight, and just not feeling like I was ever good enough, smart enough, talented enough. And I had to come into my own. I had to go through a lot of ups and downs to realize that I am good enough, and I am talented enough, and I am loved, and there's greatness inside of me. And so that's what my story is about.
Well, let's bring in none other than Miss Philly herself.
Hey y'all. Hey Selena.
Yo,
Hey
yo, yo,
Nikki.
peace,
How
peace.
are you?
I am well. I am blessed. I am all the good things that that you could think of. I'm all of those things at this moment. I'm
Yes.
grateful.
Yes, it is grand to have you with us, Queen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a blessing to be here.
Yes.
For sure. And it's
Love and
divine.
respect.
It's divine because I'm listening
Love
to
and
y'all and
respect,
I'm
man.
like, oh, they need to bring me on this screen because they all in my
Hey,
business.
what's up?
Woo, y'all all in my business.
Yeah, man, trust and believe.
Man. Yes. But we are aligned like that because
yes.
when he was talking about, God gives the hardest struggles to the strongest soldiers. I just posted the other day, like, there's no opposition if you're not doing nothing. Like, if you're not doing nothing, there's no opposition. When you start moving towards your purpose and all the things, all the greatness, and you start realizing the greatness and you walking in that thing and nobody can deter you and nobody can stop you and you strolling and stomping through that thing, all hell is probably going to break loose, but you still got to go and be eagle-eye focused. And so he said that.
Yeah.
Then a few weeks ago, I just had a struggle like that. Like, man, why does it seem like everything is so easy for everybody else?
Yeah.
And man, he said that, and
Real
it was just like the creator was just like, here it is. This is why. So, y'all blessing me. I can listen to y'all. I don't even need to. Y'all need to hear about me. I need to hear y'all. Yes.
You're overfed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heavy piece of work right there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm glad we were able to bless you, but you definitely was
Absolutely.
able to bless me. So, let's get right on started into this interview. Tell us about yourself, where you're from, and how you got started with everything.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm from Chicago, even though my name is Miss Philly. I'm from Chicago. My name is Philomeno. I don't have a problem saying that. And that's where Philly came from. When I came into the scene and started doing music, everybody was like, you need a stage name. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, but you're such a Philly. Like, everything about you is Philly. And I'm like, that's my nickname. And they said, well, let's just call you Miss Philly. So it was really easy to adapt to that. But I grew up in Chicago, grew up in church, big church right off the expressway on 31st and Wentworth, progressive. And I wasn't crazy about church because I was a child and I didn't want to sit still. But the part of church that got my attention was the choir. And I'm sure that story could be told a million times, the music. And once they let me in that choir, I wanted to be there every Sunday. And then they messed around and gave me a solo. And when they gave me a solo called "Oh to Be Kept," and it was a song that I was like, old people will sing this song. And the gentleman, Carl Winfrey was his name. He said, when you sing this song, he said, I know you're young, but when you sing this song, watch what happens. And I sang that song, and honey, the church was all over the place. And so I knew then I had a gift. I went on and auditioned for a very well-known choir called the Soul Children of Chicago. They're internationally known at this point. Walt Whitman is like a second dad to me. And I sang with them, and I was afforded the opportunity to travel. My childhood, because of that choir, was pretty incredible. I had a chance to sing in the White House, met one or two of the past presidents. I've sang in front of thousands of people. And so he trained us vocally. He trained us, and he had people come in and train us. And we didn't know at the time that training would take us into our adult lives. And some of us would go on and do music, further. But we had training, and then it also made me comfortable with the stage. And so that's kind of where I started with music, kind of generally. So
beautiful upbringing when it comes to the music, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You're amazing, sis. Like, I didn't even know you did all of those things. That's great.
I did. Yeah. And then I ended up going to because of the Soul Children of Chicago, they invited us to a college. And it's so funny they was talking about being indoctrinated, because they invited us to sing at a college called Wheaton College.
Okay.
In Wheaton, Illinois. And I was in the deciding, like, I was trying to figure out where I was going to go to school. And I was going to go to a black, HBCU, no problem. That's why I was going. I wanted to be around my people. And we went to a little town in Wheaton where they would still drive. there was not a liquor store anywhere in Wheaton when I went to Wheaton College. And the people were so nice. I had never been, this is kind of crazy, but I went to school with Caucasians because I went to a pretty pretty integrated school on I guess like the southeast side. I went to St. Francis de Sales. So I went to school with Caucasians and Latinos, but we didn't really communicate like that. We kind of, everybody was segregated, you know. Right. So when I went to Wheaton College and there were all these white people, they were so nice and oh my God, the soul children. And I was impressed. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to apply. And you have to have about a 3.8 to get in there.
Yeah, that's something.
And listen, I probably was a recipient of affirmative action, okay? Because I did not to thine own self be true. You feel me? When I got there, I was like, oh, I know they picked me out of some lottery because these kids are smart. I'm barely making it. But I got in. I was one of 25 Black students out of 3,000 students. Wow. So can you imagine the culture shock?
Wow.
But what I didn't realize was amongst the Christian community, there was a lot of racism. Yeah. And I was smack dab in the middle of it. And so, but I did have the ability there to lead worship in a different way. I came from Baptist church where everything was stomping and shouting. And in Wheaton, they sounded like angel. I had never heard hundreds of people sing together, and they weren't screaming and shouting. They sounded like angels. Yeah. And so I learned a different way of worship, which was more of a contemporary Christian. It was Michael W. Smith and all these things I had never encountered. And oh my God, I fell in love with it there. Wow. And I was able to lead a worship team, and that kind of put me out in the forefront for the very first time. Yeah. And I loved it.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think like right now it's kind of like a wave of, you know, HBCU, and that's pretty cool. But then you're going to miss out on the importance of diversity right. And cultural diversity. So same thing with you. Like I didn't go to HBCU, but I started out at I State, becoming more, you know, culturally diverse, and then I graduated from Valparaiso, which was definitely less culturally diverse.
Yeah,
but going through these different, you know, these different schools, I was able to get the, you know, diversity that was necessary for me to become and be able to speak on different levels, you know,
right.
And then actually going to a Christian university there, I was able to learn different religions. So then now I'm able to be like, okay, now it ain't just, you know, I'm just Christian and I know, well, I'm kingdom now. Now that I understand that it's about the kingdom and not so much just the thought of or the study of the thought. But now I understand why. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why, okay, this is where you guys you have a self-belief, and this is where it doesn't align, and then this is where yours doesn't align, but this is where this one stays in alignment totally from beginning to end. You know, you know what I'm saying? And so understanding that helps me to get to what RockTrue represents, and you know how we can grow and grow further with the movement, crossing these different lines that people try to, you know, like you said, it's racial tension in Christianity. How are those two the same? How can it be? You know what I'm saying? Unless something ain't right. Like something ain't right.
And let me tell you what's crazy. A lot of people, the people that have met me in the last couple of years, they don't know this, but I left the Christian church. I denounced Christ. You know, I became a Hebrew Israelite. And I rocked with the Israelites hard. My ex was an Israelite, and when I met him, I didn't want him.
Right there, man.
Yeah, like when I met him, I didn't want to. I was at a crossroad, and he was like, "You want to know what I believe?" And I'm like, "Nope. Let me figure my thing out, because I've been listening to what everybody else believes, and it's time for me. I'm grown now, so I'm not living off of my mother's religion or whatever." And we got together, and I had started learning about it before I even met him. And then we went to a temple in Chicago, the most well-known Black rabbi in this country. I was a part of his temple over on 66 in Kedzie, and I was in Shabbat every, you know, Saturday morning. I covered my head. I did the whole thing, and I loved it. I wondered for a while why that, because I've since come back to Christianity, or more like you, kingdom living, because I still don't believe, like I have some things I still grapple with.
Correct.
And one of the things the rabbi said was, he said, I've sat down with rabbis, priests, teachers, prophets, what evangelists, whatever you want to call them. He said, and we all agree on one thing. There's some truth in all of it. You just gotta find the truth.
Yeah.
And so that was freeing for me. And what I will say is that experience did kind of make me more open to what people believe. When I was young in the Christian belief, in the Christian faith, it was hell, fire, and brimstone.
Right.
If you don't do this.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't have a hell to put anybody in. And I need to be concerned. Look, if hell exists, I need to be worried about if I'm, if I'm living the way. I don't have a hell to put no, so it really did. It freed me. I'm so much more free in the way that I love, in the way that I accept people right where they are. It's a journey though, because some people will make you want to,
It really is. It really
Yeah.
is. And I like how you just kind of like, hey, I'm off road. And that's imperative because again, you go back to it. If you train up a child in a way they should go when they're older, they won't depart from it. It's not
Right.
They're going to go a different route.
Right.
Everybody's going a different route, but it's the same route leading to the same place, to the same person.
Right. You may take a detour, but you're gonna end up right back.
You're going to end up right back. Only to just be like, hey, sis, hey, I went down there. It's a detour. They got no problem.
Yeah, don't do that.
This way.
And that's why we go through a lot of things we go through. To tell other people, hey, I've been there. Now you can go there if you want to, but I'm trying to save you time and headache.
But I'm gonna keep going this way. That's
right.
Your choice. I'm not about to sit here and babysit you and just be like, please don't go that way. No, I told you. My job is to tell you. I ain't about to sit there and shoot for you. That's not not happening. But you're absolutely right. It's all about love, period. And how you love. That was the whole thing he put back in place. He even said it. The new commandment, love. I don't understand what you're getting wrong, but religion would have you attempting to live this thing right. You can't never. So it doesn't make sense to waste your time.
Your righteousness is as filthy rags. It says on your best day. On your best day, your righteousness. When you think you rocking it out, no, you're not.
Not even in deed and thought. Let's say you never did anything. You thought it. So guilty. So now why are we wasting? You're not gonna waste my time with it.
Right.
I love my brother and I love my sister and I forgive like he's forgiven me. And then we'll deal with everything else. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. He's dealt with everything else on the cross. I'm gonna deal with the things he empowered me to deal with.
Let me tell you that forgiveness. Last year must have been the year where everybody in my life was at each other's throats about something, but it was a bunch of nothing. And I'm telling you, I was just me and Nicole. We were just like, man, we gotta drive this forgiveness thing home. We gotta do it. And people were looking at me like, people always say, well, Philly, you so nice, and Philly, you this, and I struggle with that. People will make you feel bad about what God put in you to be and do.
Yeah.
And I just always felt like I'm not going to miss what God has for me, holding on to something. Now, that doesn't mean I have to have you in my space all the time.
Queen, he never said that. Where did he write it?
He never said that. But he called me to forgive you. And every time I didn't want to forgive, I remember I'm forgiven.
Teach, Queen.
I think the Bible says 7 times 70. Is that every day?
Yes, right.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to continue. But let me tell you what's awesome. What I've learned is in that walk of forgiveness and love, it just opens up windows and opportunities for you.
Don't it?
Because if we get to look, we're talking truth, we're talking something other than music right now. And if we ever get to the music, I'm gonna share with y'all how my walk of love and forgiveness has opened up doors that I could not have opened.
Let's get to it.
I know. Yeah.
For you. So let's get right on into it. Even though we're not
talking, you just open that door, man.
Music, it is music. It's from theory to lab to life. And if you're listening to all of us, and even I was listening to the story on your YouTube, and when you were talking about the things that you had to overcome, which is yourself, your own ideas, you know what I'm saying, that have been planted, but you believed them, so you've adapted them as your own. I watch how all of us have to overcome ourselves.
Absolutely.
All of us have to overcome the same struggle, the self-doubt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just doubting ourselves, but doubting who God is and who he said we are. So it's all the same thing from theory to lab to life, from the theory you have of music, the theory you have of God, the lab, when you apply it in the lab and how it end up, working out, whether or not you started out with the correct formula or you tried to omit. Or then when you actually get out of the lab and you're graduating, you try to apply these same principles to life, do it, measure up. And so
Right.
the same thing is all one thing. That's how you know it's true. So let's get right on into
Right.
your truth.
Okay.
Yeah, break it down, good
Yeah,
sister.
break it down for us, Miss Philly.
So I started on the scene. I was singing secular music in 2007. And a friend just said, "Hey, you sing, come out to this open mic." And so I went to the open mic and I loved it. I sang with a live band. I didn't even know that stuff was happening, like the Cotton Club. And I didn't know that kind of stuff was happening. I was a church girl, whatever. But I loved it. And so one of the gentlemen, rest in peace, Dave Brooks, he heard me sing and he was like, "You need to come out more." So then I went to the Touch of the Past, the old Touch of the Past in Bellwood. Started doing open mics over there on Monday nights with my girl Angela Martin, and she would put me up every time she could. And she took me under her wing, and we would go everywhere. And she would introduce me to people, and I started doing my own shows. And so I've been out here since 2007. I started writing I had a writing partner, and we started writing, and we wrote a song, but we never did anything with it. We just kept hitting these roadblocks with this song. We loved the song, and the song was finished. The writing was finished, but we kept running into different situations with the music and producers. And it wasn't until 2018 that they found us, to some degree, a producer that said, "Yo, I see y'all working. If I'm a producer, I want to work with you guys." And we gave the producer the song and said, "Well, what can you do? This song was written a long time ago. This is the original. It's kind of dated. The music is dated. What can you do?" So she listened to it and was like, "Give me a few weeks. I'll get back to y'all." When she called us back, she said, "Come over. We want to hear it." We loved it.
Yeah.
Finally, the song was done. It's called Beautiful Day. And I was in a group called Beautiful Soul, beautiful SOL, like the sun in Spanish.
Yes.
We put the song out, man. We put the song out. It got really, really good, a really good response. We loved it. And that's when I realized I loved recording.
Yes.
See, a lot of artists on the scene now, they're okay with gigging in bars and clubs. And that's great. I don't have anything against that. But what I'm realizing now, as of 2022 in particular, is that being a recording artist puts you in a different room.
Yes.
We can sing cover songs all day, but when you do your own stuff and you introduce it to the world, and you're putting yourself out there for all the criticism, whether it's constructive or not, then you're in a different ball game. And so so that same producer said, "Okay, you got music. I'll work with you to finish your own music," because I split from Beautiful Soul. We went our separate ways amicably. We still love each other, but it was time for us to move on in our journey. And so I did my EP, 5-song EP called "Looking in the Mirror," and it's the title song is really about what I was talking about on the video, just growing up. This story is not new. Growing up as, number one, a little Black girl. I was a chubby little girl. My dad was in and out. My dad was on drugs. He was addicted to something at the time called Happy Sticks or Sherm. I don't know what it is now. But,
same way.
Yeah, my mom was the as much as possible the man and the woman. She's a very strong woman. I did not want for anything. So the beautiful part of my story is that I went to the best schools. I always went to private schools, even through college. Wheaton College is private. I never went to a public school.
Yeah.
I had the best of everything, but, I missed out on some of the things that a young girl needs from her dad. And so with all those things, when I sat down to write this song, it took me years to finish because it was such a personal song for me that I think that I started almost kind of getting a writer's block. And I think part of it was because I was still walking through the journey of overcoming those things, the low self-esteem, the lack of confidence, the lack of love, that I felt, not feeling adequate. And then, of course, you look around and nobody looks like you in a magazine. And I'm 46. I'm proudly 46. I'll be 47 in August. So back then,
sister, keep doing your thing, man.
You know what? I remind no worries. You feel me? None. And I do, and of course worry tries to creep in, but I'm really trying to overcome that. But back when I was young, the Jill Scott wasn't out, Angie Stone wasn't out. You didn't have, and I dare say Lizzo. And I'm just saying Lizzo because Lizzo is not my speed. I'm a mom. I'm not showing my tail on TV. I'm married, but she has her place, whatever that is. And so women like that weren't out. You didn't see, sexy, full figured. You didn't see that a lot. So, I dealt with those things. So looking in the mirror is just about how I had to accept that I'm just not what everybody else is. And that's okay. Yeah. Was made fearfully and wonderfully, and that's the end. There is no but. There is no however. And so that's what the title song is about. So looking in the mirror is my baby. Like I listen to it all the time. I'm like, if nobody else is gonna listen, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah,
so it took me, let me tell you though, I went through hell literally to finish that project. I knew it had to come out because of everything I went through to get it out. And when it finally came out, we were pleased. And so that CD this year, I've been invited to sing my songs. And that's the other thing. We put out music because I have some other friends on the local scene that are recording artists as well. We put out music, but on this scene, especially in Chicago, and then I know some other cities I've talked to people who perform too. There's such a demand for you to do what's popular. Right. What I found is you got to make them love your music. If you don't believe in your music, they're not going to believe it. No. And when you sing it, it won't go over well. No, if we keep singing everybody else's song, Stevie Wonder does not need another person to sing his song.
No, he doesn't.
Jill Scott definitely doesn't need another soul to sing her song.
You see me?
Because we know those songs and we're grateful for that music. But at the end of the day, my song needs to be heard too. And what's not for one person is going to be for 10 others. That's my saying. And so,
respect, man.
Yeah, so this year I've been singing my songs more, and there are people that actually want me to do my originals. Yeah. So that's one of the things that's been happening this year. I've just had my gigs have just been plentiful. I was invited to open up. Well, I don't know if I'm opening, but I'll be at Greenwood, Indiana? Greenwood, Indiana's second, I think their second annual Pride Fest this year.
Okay.
So I'll be on their stage, and we're in talks with Jeffersonville. Jeffersonville asked me to come and possibly be their headliner. So it's the same day. So we're still in talks with them. Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was just helping somebody out. I was helping my uncle out down that way. So I was out there for about 1 year.
About Louisville, Kentucky?
I was in New Albany, across the way.
Okay.
New Albany, Indiana, right across the bridge.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be interesting. And then I was invited to my manager, who you guys will have on the show soon. Wonderful, amazing person, Elitra Franklin of Driven by Purpose Management. She has started submitting me. This is what I love about her. She doesn't always. She moves in silence when it comes to me because we're friends. And she knows me. She doesn't have to come to me about everything. So she has started submitting me for different things. And Cedar Point reached out. Cedar Point Amusement Park in Sandusky. Oh, wow. And they were looking at me. They do this thing called artist residencies, like all summer. Bands in residence. Okay, bands in residency. Nice, they do it every summer where they have a band stay there all week. They pay for your room and board and food, and they give you a stipend, and you perform at their amusement park every day for a week. And so I was chosen. So I'll be there July 18th through the 24th, 6 times a day, every day, on their stage. I just booked the Promontory. On August 12th.
Promontory now.
I'm sorry?
I said I was at the Promontory now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll actually be at the Promontory this Saturday. I work with a friend of mine who does these Motown shows. Okay. And we grew up, she was in the Soul Children of Chicago, another phenomenal woman who grew up and started doing her own thing. And so she has me do different artists on her show. So we'll be there on Saturday morning for the Motown Mother's Day show. Yeah. But I'll be featuring under her production company at the Promontory for the day before my birthday. The show is called All Hail the Queens. Okay. I will be doing a tribute to Queens past and present.
Respect, man.
Yeah, and then the day after that, I'll be featuring at the Tavern on LaGrange. That is my actual birthday, August 13th. I'm a Leo queen.
Leo, August 13th.
So Yeah, I got a lot going on and still getting calls in. I'm still doing private gigs and stuff like that. But I wrote my vision, and I said I don't want to be a part of the rat race because I don't know if you all know this, but in Chicago, the music scene is like a rat race and it's like crabs in a barrel. You go somewhere to sing, they debut you, and then people that you never see, they'll come, but they're only coming to see what's this new place, and they want to get in. They're not really coming to support you. And there's that mentality. And then they'll, it's a whole bunch. And I said, I don't have to deal with that because I'm a King's kid and my assignment is greater. And what sets me apart from each and every artist, and I can say this proudly and with confidence, is that my music is still my ministry. I may not be singing words about God or singing words about the gospel, but the place that it comes from is different from me. And I knew that when I would start singing and I would start speaking to people and I would start speaking to their lives. And I'm talking about, I'm in a club on a stage. And I will look at somebody and I'll say, you know what, this is for you. Like, I'm feeling like you need to be encouraged. And I would get off stage and be so embarrassed, like, God, really? Like, this is not church.
So he talking to you like this, and you be like,
and God told me it doesn't have to. The church is in you.
That's it.
So wherever you go, that's where I am.
That's where I am.
And your gift is so great that it's gonna. And so now I just give into it. So there are times when I'm singing and I'll see someone and I'll know they're going through something, and I'll just speak a word of encouragement. So my gift is a little bit different from other artists that you'll encounter on the scene. I love all the artists that are out there. We're all different, but I know I take my music ministry very seriously. My wife will tell you I pray. I mull over songs. Is this the right song? Is this going to touch somebody? Is this going to change some? Is this going to hit them right in that gut? And for me, it's not even about money. I know the opportunities that I need to seek the money from, but I know that there are opportunities that God will say, this ain't about money.
Nope.
This is I need to put you in the face of somebody so you could be sitting in that room that you really shouldn't be sitting in. So don't even worry about the fact that the money's not what you want it to be. I'll add the increase. You just go.
That's it.
So
correct.
Heavy, man.
Never give that increase. Never. And I totally it's just crazy because same deal. One thing that you talked about is like not having to say his name. And that was the one thing my pastor taught me. He said, I need to train you. But when I train you, I need you to teach Christ without ever saying his name. And that's imperative when you're out here, because first of all, you don't need to be shoving the Bible down somebody's throat like that, and when you're infiltrating, that's another thing too. As we are going ye therefore, we're going to places in which we wouldn't normally go, or rather you want to see the religious there. And so to infiltrate, you don't go in like, oh, I am this person. No. Have you ever watched the movie Deep Cover? He was so deep into that thing, you ain't even. He almost forgot who he was. He almost forgot his life. But it's deep cover, and we're going into the places to infiltrate. By the time they realize who you are, it's too late.
And you know what? They'll know who you are by your love.
By your love.
By your love.
By love.
My prayer before I go into any place, my prayer is I want to leave that room different than I found it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I want to be a light in a dark place, even if it's just a flicker. I don't want to leave any room the way that I found it, in a positive way.
Yes.
Because that goes two ways. You can leave a room ugly.
Yes, you can.
Well, you can leave a great mark on a room when you walk into it. And so that's what I desire to do everywhere I go with everyone that I meet.
Yes, you can. I can. You've been silent today.
Yo, I just can't find the right time to chime in because I'm just listening to a great story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own story to tell, man. And we learn so much from each other. Everybody come from a different walk of life, a different upbringing, a different lifestyle, and all different culture and such, and there's just so many possibilities, for people to be brought up in this world and to hear your perspective and your I know you haven't shared everything with us, but you scratched the surface by sharing your musical journey so far, and it's been pretty inspirational, and the changes that you went through and your views and your outlooks on life and how you put, it reminds me of Rastafari, man. When you hear reggae music or roots reggae, not dancehall, but roots reggae, man. You know what I'm talking about? They keep on praising Jah, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's very deep vibration, and I love the way that you're very conscious about how you're formulating your music and how sometimes it takes you to write a song 1 year, because it has to be very mindful and very well thought and drawn out. And as an artist myself, I find myself in very similar circumstances. So it just gives me a comfortable feeling knowing that somebody else ain't trying to rush to put out a product. If something is grand, you have to take the time.
Yeah.
Listen, there are songs, when I listen to music today, I wouldn't know what the song was. And no offense, these are, what the young are, they got to do them. We live in it. I would love to be like, oh, this music is horrible. But the fact of the matter is we got to let them have their time. But when you hear certain songs, you know who it is. You know what I'm saying? When you hear do 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 do, you from the first few, that's what I want to create, the kind of music. The first bar, the first three bars, I know that song. I want to create timeless music, and it takes time to make timeless music. I don't want to make microwave music. And so even now, as I'm asking the Most High to bring me around producers and writers and put me in rooms, I'm like, give me the right mix. I need like energy. I need people that understand that the music I'm putting out is not just for play for rotations. I want a life-changing music that doesn't have to say God, that has that vibration, that as we worked and put ourselves into it, that the energy that was put into the music is going to automatically change people. You feel me? And it's possible because that's spirit kingdom thinking.
Teach. No,
that's spirit kingdom thinking. I don't even have to be singing it in front of you for you to understand this. This music came from a place. The people that worked on this music, they were into something amazing. That's what anointing is. That's the anointing. So Marley, get it together, baby, because I'm coming for you.
Hey, straight fire, man.
We working on some music, so you'll see me.
Watch out, we got some serious things coming in the works, man. So
yes, sir.
you be on the lookout as well as myself now, Miss Philly.
Nothing happens by happenstance. It's a reason why you and I met. So I get it. Like I'm there. I got you. We good.
Love and respect, man. Love and respect.
I love it.
Yeah, man. We especially when it comes to the music scene, it's just like we was talking about earlier, linking up with your tribe, and finding the ones who's really going to be able to put that work out there to change the nation, to change the vibration of the nation, of the country, of the world, in a sense. Like I say, I always talk about reggae music or roots reggae, man, because it's something that was a very influential factor in my life and really changed my route as far as music. I don't really make roots reggae music, but just the vibration coming from it is all I listen to, man, and it just gives me the inspiration and the feeling and gets me back in tune with what's really important, and it's realigning the peoples of the earth, man. Allowing people to take back their minds, from the indoctrination, and really teach us not to fear Jah, man, but to love Jah, to love creation. You know what I'm saying? Because all the fear is pushed on us all the time. You do something bad, you're hungry, so you got to steal some food, and then you're going to go to hell for that. We can't live in them old world fire and brimstone philosophies or concepts. We have evolved to grander beings, spiritually. And I think that's all part of our destiny at the same time, man. So we all should be mindful of those things, and just the frequency or the power of the music, man. When we could really put our vocals, our lyrics as one frequency and mash it up with the production of a whole arrangement of instruments and a whole nother frequency right there, it becomes like a powerful bomb, to burn down Babylon, man. You know what I say?
Yeah, I definitely want to open my mouth and people be healed, and people be set free under the sound of my voice. I really, really desire that. And I don't have to ever see it, but I just want to know that I'm so anointed that I'm singing from a place where people are going to be set free. And one thing you said that is so true. One of the reasons I think that I left the Christian church is because everything was fear. Oh, I love God because I don't want to go to hell. And even when I left, Christians would say, but aren't you afraid? You don't worship Jesus. Aren't you afraid you're going to go to hell? And I still dealt with that. Now I serve God out of love.
No.
I have a reverence for God. I know I'm not supposed to act a fool. I know there are things that I'm not supposed to do, but I don't fear God in that way. I reverence God. I serve God because I love him. He first loved me and all those wonderful things.
Going back to love, this is the principle of love. And the whole thing about it is God don't even want nobody coming to him because you're scared. Your motive then becomes impure. So that's the whole idea that girl, one thing I can't stand is going to a Baptist funeral, child, when they scaring everybody down like, okay, next time it could be you. Okay, maybe you will. Scare me.
What's up, man?
Scare me into the kingdom. Don't try to scare these people, because just like you don't want to be around nobody who love you, that don't love you for you or love you for because of what you can do for them or who you are. You don't want that type of love. Why you think God wants that type of love? He wants you to love him because you want to. Your whole will is turned towards his. That's what he wants. And the same thing for us. If you ask yourself why you want to be loved, it's not because of who you are, what you can offer somebody. The people that got the most money in the world, they still commit suicide. They got people around them that they can't trust. Why?
Miserable, man.
Because they don't know what they're there for. So they don't know if they're there for a pure motive. God wants you to come with a pure motive, with a pure heart, just like you are, because you want to. Not because somebody scared you into it or bullied you in. Ain't nobody on it. And that's why he gives us the time to come right back on around, whatever the route is for you, back him, back even Jesus. Even Jesus kept saying, excuse me, not me, my Father. Excuse me, not me, my Father. Excuse me, not me, my Father. Yet people keep sitting here serving the payment as opposed to the payee. So it's you have again, you got religion versus kingdom always. That's what it always been. And Christ himself never even brought religion here. Religion was going on while he was here. That's why they crucified him, because he didn't want to participate in their religion. They was like, get him out of here. No, because he brought a country. He brought a kingdom. He brought the origin of law, which is love. That was the one thing he was saying on the cross. Forgive them. They don't even know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't even know what they're doing. And the same thing, same prayer for us. When we don't even know what it is that we're doing in opposition to God, we're forgiven. That's why you ain't got to deal with all the stuff that religion wants you to deal with. Deal with the commandment that he gave us right here, right now. Love him as written, as prescribed. Love your brother as written, as prescribed. And that's in turn self-love for yourself. Not going to go ahead, done your nails done, and taking vacations or vacations. That's not self-love. Self-love is obedience to law. Love God, love your brother, period. Keep it moving. And like you said, all these doors just open.
They do.
Because all you're doing is taking you, instead of you telling people, come to my church, you're going ye therefore like you supposed to. And you're infecting change within the 30-mile radius, because everywhere your feet plant, like you said, sis, you're the church. Instead of going to the church, you have become the church.
Everywhere I go, everybody I encounter encounters the church.
No, I ain't. and we infect change within the 30-mile radius of everywhere our feet plant. And so, all this extra, I'm with you, freedom, liberation, liberation is in Christ, in becoming the church and becoming kingdom. Not religious. The religion, it actually, it'll hold you. It's kind of like life support. It'll keep you going until the kingdom arrives. But you got to learn how to live off life support.
Religion, and when hard times come, you're gonna struggle.
Queen,
if you don't have a relationship, if you don't know how to tap into,
you bound to
it's gonna be a struggle.
You in trouble. You in trouble, because when stuff get tough and stuff get. You don't know who he is,
right?
You won't know his promises. All you know is, like you said, you making it off your mama and daddy and what they told you, and that may not even be right.
Right. Right.
You about ready to take yourself out. You depressed. You chose that, so you ain't got to choose that. If he said every day is a new day. Every day is grace and new mercy. And that's one thing with forgiveness too. Like, once the day ends, it's a brand new day. There's no jurisdiction on what happened yesterday, so you can't bring that into the new day. I don't care what happened yesterday. Don't bring that into my new
baby. Day. You want a lesson in forgiveness? Get married. When you gotta lay next to somebody that done pissed you off so bad you don't even want to be, but you can't go nowhere. Oh baby, that's the lesson right there. Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I definitely want to play your one song.
Okay.
You can set it up for us. So this is, you said it was Smile
Okay, so I met the producer that did my EP. They said, you know, I got this song. They titled it One Smile, but they didn't have you know how you make a track, you title the track so you know what the track is named, but you don't have any lyrics. So the title of the track before I even heard it was One Smile. Okay. Well, my smile has always been the thing that people talk about. So I wrote the song, it was fitting, and I got a music video, and I love it. I love it. It's fun to perform.
All right, so here is One Smile with Miss Philly.
Thank you.
When you do it, it's a movie.
Yo, what's going on? This is WCTA where we play the hits and dusties.
One smile can change your life around. One smile can pick you off the ground. One smile can lift those who are down. And I'm back. You feel safe inside. You get that rebound. One smile, simple but profound. One smile can help you get that crown. Oh, one smile will help you pull around. Don't stay there and drown. Smile, you lose that frown. Oh, one smile. One smile. Yeah, one smile. One smile. Oh, one smile. One smile. One smile. One smile. Yeah, one smile. To this girl the other day, she had that look of sadness on her face. I didn't know exactly what to do, so I asked her what's been going on with you. She told me that her life was upside down. She needed help, but no one was around. I hugged her right before we walked away. Then she turned and told me that I made her day with my smile. One smile. Yeah, one smile. One smile. Oh, one smile. One smile. One smile. One smile. One smile, 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 one smile. One smile, one smile, one smile, one smile, one smile, one smile, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
One smile, one smile.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta watch my language, man. That's banging right there, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yo, you got them catchy hooks, man. Them catchy chorus, man.
That's what I'm telling you. So you got to be catchy, you know. So that's what these young people are getting. They're getting it. That's how they get you. They get that catchy, you know. So I love it. I love it.
Oh, beautiful word, sound power, man. Beautiful music to make you think. Music for the mind. Music for the soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Music to make you move.
Something as simple as a smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, man. You
Thank
encompass
you.
it all, Miss Philly, man. That's what I'm talking
Thank
about.
you.
It. We need more soulful individuals like yourself, and I mean that in the sense of SOL soul and SOUL soul, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Yes. I'm a child of the sun. I'm a child of the sun. So
I
yes,
understand this,
absolutely.
Leo.
Come on the team. Come on the team.
Heart of a lioness, man.
Thank you.
And then if it, like you were saying, like, playing, the music that's your music, if you play that more often, then people can hear it more often, and then they can become something that's catchy, and they're learning the words, and you know what I'm saying? Because that's all you're hearing. You're just hearing the same song over and over and over and over. And that's what make, like, most of the songs that I love, I hated at first. I hated hearing it. I was like, ooh, I can't stand this song. It came on again. And I'm like, ooh, girl, that's my song.
Let me tell you what song. My best friend, I had her laughing. That doggone song, Happy. Oh, they played that song till it made me sad one day. I'm like, I'm sad. But get this. One day I was going through, and that song came on, girl. And I could have parked my car and danced because I had just come out of something. And it has become one of my favorite songs. The words, because I'm happy, like, and when you know what it's like to be sad, you will appreciate, man. So
you understand?
Listen, that happy got on my nerve. They played it so much. But it became a blessing to me at some point. Yeah. So I want my song to be the kind of song where somebody's walking around the house and they're saying, one smile, one smile.
Yeah, that's right, man. Listen. Hold up. Boom, boom, boom. Run it back, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, listen to the natural vocals right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that is raw and uncut.
One smile, yeah. Woo! One smile. Do one smile.
Oh man.
Yeah. One smile. Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. Listen, man. Don't go nowhere, man. She better stay on this planet for lots of years, man, because I may need you at some point in my life.
Oh, we're gonna meet soon. You didn't hear me? Longevity is in my blood, but we ain't gotta wait that long. We're gonna meet soon. I have a car, I will travel.
I know that's right.
Enough respect now. Enough respect and likewise.
And before we leave, y'all, I just want to let people know that they can download Looking in the Mirror. My name is Miss Philly. That's MSPHILLY on all media platforms. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Google. I'm on Spotify. My single called Illusion of Inclusion. That title, I love that title because it should pique your interest.
Hey,
Illusion of Inclusion. We often try to be included in a system that was never designed for us to be a part of. So that song is talking about government. That song is talking about the systems and the powers that be, and how not only we as Black people, we as people, that song, anybody can relate to it. The system that set up the powers that be, Big Brother and all that was not created for us to ever thrive. No. And so, so that song, Illusion of Inclusion, please download that. The remix is on Looking in the Mirror, and shoot me a message on, let me know what you think. I'm open. I'd love to hear what you think, how I can make it better. I'm a big girl, so listen. I can take it, but if you hear it, if you listen to it, that makes me happy, no matter what you think about it. I know, but we're on all digital platforms, Illusion of Inclusion, as well as my EP, Looking in the Mirror.
Yes.
Lovely,
Lovely. Asks, where can we find you?
Yes.
Shout out to Miss Alitra. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much for just the invites to her show. It was such an amazing experience. I thank you for that. I don't go everywhere. So,
and you know what? You brought so much love. Like, you walked in and I knew there was something. It's funny because when you commented on Instagram, I never looked to see who you were. Oh, okay. And oftentimes men will say, you know this, right? Yeah. They'll be like, great job, Queen. And I always assume it's a man. So I'll be like, thank you, King, or think whatever. And you were like, you said, I'm not King. And I said, oh. I said, Elitra. And I said, she is clearly a lady. And I said, she's going to be mad at me. When you walked into Linger, you radiated love. Your energy, everything about you was love. And so I want to see you. I want to see. I need Mr. Marley King to show his face at my show.
I know that's
Also,
right.
y'all, I got tickets on sale. Shameless plug.
Now
I got
listen,
tickets on
it
sale.
might come with a stipulation here, man. You show me if I show up at the show, man, and you just happen to see me in the crowd, man, you better bring me on that stage so I can put some bars down with you.
You like say less.
Y'all
We're
Say
here the
less.
nation, man. We're here the nation, man.
Look, Talib Kweli said, if I don't like you, we can't even be on stage together because I can't have you. So me and you, I can love you and not like you.
See?
Okay.
You understand?
Marley King, you're welcome on stage with me. My show is at the Promontory on August 12th. Tickets are on sale. Please, y'all support me.
Yes,
you will not be disappointed.
I'm going to look for tickets right after this, man.
I'm celebrating.
Okay, thank you all.
And let me know about the tickets. Let me know if you guys have a flyer so we can definitely share everything.
Yeah, man. Put that out there.
We do for sure.
Okay, but I would definitely be there, Queen. Like that's just part of our birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm at SL Wine Bar on Thursday night in Lansing on Ridge Road every first and third Thursday, and that's a very intimate. Like you get to know me in that it's a small intimate setting. So
nice,
I got a lot of things going on, but I thank y'all for just having me. You all are amazing, and I want you to know that this was not just an interview for me. This was a life-changing situation. This last hour. I'm on my way to Texas. Yes. And as I'm on my way to Texas, I'm gonna have some things on my mind. I'm gonna have some things on my heart. I'm gonna be putting some things out in the atmosphere because y'all doing something. Y'all doing something amazing. It's something to it.
Yes,
don't despise. This is what I hear for y'all. Yes. Do not despise small beginnings.
Teach.
Don't despise small beginnings because it's just a beginning.
Thank you.
It's not the end.
Thank you.
So I just need y'all to know that. Keep pushing forward. Don't stop.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm taking all of
love and respect.
I'm taking all of that in. I hear you. Thank you. And I appreciate that for him to be able to use you for us in this moment. Thank you so much. Like for real. I'm praying for you guys as you are traveling mercy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Growing.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are honored to have you and host you and share his gift that is you. And Lord, thank you for just all of your kind words. Like I am so super appreciative. My king, do you have any final remarks before we get out of here?
I think I said as much as I could say, man. And good sister kind of took the words out of my brain, man. So that's love and respect right there, man.
All day.
Yes.
All day.
Love you guys.
It's been a pleasure,
Hope
man.
to see you guys face to face soon so I can hug your neck and we can share that energy in person. Absolutely. And you guys will see me soon. The universe does all things well.
You already know. Absolutely.
Yep.
So till then, Marley King, take us on out of here.
Yeah, man. Trust and believe, man. Hey, you know what it do, man. It's been another grand episode of RockTrue Beatz, man. I've been a wonderful special guest, Miss Philly, man, bringing that wonderful, heavy, serious vibration amongst the people, man. So y'all be on the lookout, man. Real serious sister right there, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, like I said, every other Tuesday, we're going to be out here, man. So come see us here in the next couple of weeks here, man. I'm going to be so hyped that I'm going to be trying to be getting back next week and such, you know, but it'll be about 2 weeks for y'all, man. So y'all stay in tune, man. And, you know, like we say, man, peace and one love.
Yes.
Right. One love and peace. Love y'all. Be good.
Likewise, man.
Peace, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Later.
Peace.